a challenge for all dinosaurs in these cold latitudes.
Season 1, Episode 4 is called Ice Worlds on Prehistoric Planet, where we get to look into the lives of the creatures that live in the coldest regions. The landscapes have eye-popping visuals, as do their residents. In this episode, we're lucky enough to witness Dromaeosaurs working together in the hostile wintry landscapes where food is scarce. The migrating duck-billed dinosaurs seem to be a promising source of food. Again, I love the coloration and the design of the Dromaeosaurs. Their tails are also feathery, but you can see that they have a slightly different design than the other raptors that we saw before, the Velociraptor. Just the way they move, they seem smaller, or maybe they're bigger. They could be Utah raptors, I really don't know. But look at the designs of their tails. They even have those little feathery things at the base. Meanwhile, the broader feathers are on the tips of their tails rather than the entirety of the tail. Their coloration also makes them look like peacocks to me. For the duckbills, you can also tell the difference between the males and the females. The males having the green snout and more red on their necks, like this one in the middle. You could tell the difference with his bold red stripes as opposed to the female right next to him who has duller stripes and no coloration on her face. The herds are going along with their babies and they're trying to cross the river, but they all start panicking when they see the raptors, who unfortunately are after their children. When one of the babies gets separated from the mother, you can hear the panic in the poor baby's voice and the panic in the mother's voice as well as she tries to reunite with her baby. Thank goodness the baby is strong enough to get back on the shore. I was actually rooting for this baby, and this reminds me of a video I watched of a mare and a stallion. What I found really endearing was watching the interaction between the raptors, and just look there. So the raptors all come down, and the one in the middle obviously is of higher standing. I'm not sure if they're siblings or not. It's possibly could be. But just look at this raptor on the right. This guy right here, he is minding his own business, as is everyone. They all space out so they can each give each other a little bit of privacy while eating. And then he's like, you know what? I want that part right there. Can I go and taste that part? And the middle raptor is like, bro, what are you doing? Have you lost your mind, bro? So he or she snaps at him and is like, get over to your side. Don't come over to mine. What are you doing? That's so freaking rude. And I don't know if you noticed, but like the hair on the back of his wings stand up. Right here, you can see this little tuft kind of stands up when they're having that little interaction and he's backing off and he lowers his body in submission and he is forced to go back to his place because he was testing the other male. He was basically saying, I want that piece. Let me have some of it. And the other male was like, get away from me. Don't put your head in my freaking food. I know exactly how that feels because my cousin used to do the same thing, and it's something that I do not get down with. And it's when I'm eating, I don't want anyone coming near me. I don't want your head in my face. I don't want you playing with me when I'm eating. That's the time when I'm just like, listen, I just want to enjoy my meal. I barely get to freaking eat. So when I'm eating, let me enjoy it, please. And then to have someone put their nose in your plate, which my cousin used to do because I guess he thought it was cute or funny, and he was just playing around, but it was really annoying. And I had to yell at him because I'm like, bro, you don't like when people do that shit to you, don't do that to me. So I could totally understand how this raptor was feeling. I think that was just the other Dromaeosaur's way of trying his best to humbly assert his dominance, which ended up failing. What I think is also really awesome is living in a place like this, far away from mosquitoes. Yeah, just as long as mosquitoes are not here. But in a place like this where there's fresh tunnel air coming through the mountains, oh my gosh. Something about mountains. Maybe because my home had mountains, I get homesick when I see them. Anyway, I thought it was cool that the male ornithomimus dinosaurs come ahead here to build nests for the would-be females. I guess they're waiting for females to pop along. I love their style. I love their design because they look like prehistoric ostriches. Look at those leg muscles though. Damn, jacked.
Yo, dude, lemma get a piece of yo nest.
Fuck right off small balls. Break off a piece of your mama.
It is normal for males to often steal from each other. They spend all this time building the nests, so if a guy comes here late, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna mooch off of everybody else. I love the Guido hairstyle they've got going on.
Yep, All the bitches love thieves.
ابتعد عني أيها الأبلة.
This one was one of my favorites for the herbivores, and it ended up descending into madness because I couldn't watch it near the end. So these Allura Titans are traveling in very cold temperatures to a place where volcanoes are just spewing. They're literally going towards it. Why? Because nearby this volcanic activity are warm grounds, which are perfect for incubating their eggs. So they come to this place to nest, and it is a paradise. There's green lush everywhere, and the babies, when they are born, have enough to eat. I never thought of babies being able to eat right away as they're born. For some reason, I look at these animals like I look at cows and mammal ungulates, and for some reason, I'm thinking that maybe the parents have to mash it up in their mouths or something before giving it to their babies. But no, they just give it to them straight like that. I feel like something's missing here, but we'll never know because it's happened so long ago. But I guess it's believable when you consider that creatures like baby Tauruses eat leafy greens anyway. These babies are the cutest things ever, but they're so small. And I don't know if they've actually would be this active upon being born, but it's so cute and they grow very quickly. They're very small when compared to their parents. And what's also weird is that the Allura Titans are so large, but they have so many of these babies and they take care of them. They're basically like ducks, where they have as many babies as possible and then not all of them make it. This is tested because mosquitoes become a problem, and this is the worst part of the episode for me. I don't know what it is with me, why I have such a sensitivity. My ears are extra sensitive to buzzing noises, but whenever I hear freaking mosquitoes or freaking flies, bro, the buzzing noise just drives me insane. I cannot stand it. And when these poor dinosaurs start getting eaten by mosquitoes, I feel itchy. Like I'm recording this right now and I'm itching. You can see them like all over the babies. It's in their mouths and eyes. Everyone is shaking and itching. The baby is literally covered from head to toe in mosquitoes. Ugh, like I can't, no, I could not. Half of this, I couldn't even enjoy this because I kept on holding my ears closed and holding my eyes down, just looking up every now and then because it was just so freaking hard to watch. Like you could see the babies just attack, you could see the mosquitoes attacking us. I can't even watch this a second time. Nope. Some of the babies end up dying from blood loss or whatever. So they have to end up moving to another place, and the babies, some of them do end up making it back to the parents because, well, if they don't make it, sucks to be them. The parents leave anyway. Where there's wind, they get some respite from the stupid mosquitoes right by the water. In your opinion, in the United States, which state has the worst problem with mosquitoes? I would think it's places like Alabama and Mississippi, right? Those swamp areas. What do you guys think? As the sun is baking down on some areas, the trees become very dry, and so they catch on fire easily. I honestly thought we were going to see the Pyroraptor here. I don't know why, because of the word fire and pyro, but we end up seeing a Troodontid. The Troodon, the smartest dinosaur. This animal is so freaking scary, and I love the depiction of the fire glowing in its eyes. I love its Roadrunner-like design, and what this creature does, it takes up a branch that's on flames and then puts it someplace close by where its prey is, so that as these little tiny mammals rush out, it can kill them. This is a great story to tell, not from the Troodon's perspective, but from these mammals' perspective. Can you imagine this big dragon thing is waiting for you outside, and from your perspective, it looks like it started the fire. So now you have this dragon beast out there that is setting your house on fire, and it's just waiting for you to come out. I also want to tell a story about these guys. We follow along a group of Antarctopelta, and these don't look like Antarctopeltas, but the narrator does mention that these creatures are very young. They've obviously been together for quite a while. When they go to their old little den, they realize that they're bigger than they were, and two of the brothers can fit, but there is only space for two, and they're like, get away from us. Can't you see you can't fit, bro? I feel bad for the third brother, but that's when he realizes that it's time for him to set out on his own. So he goes on a journey, and this is a story I'd like to tell from his perspective as well. He finds this freaking Minecraft cave, and it has these glowing larvae above it that look like the stars. This was so wondrous to behold. And they put these webs, down so they can catch their prey. Man, it would have felt so lucky to be in a place like this. It is so beautiful. That's something that I would totally go to sleep watching. In the closing end of the story, we have packing rhinos.
but less dominant males.
They mention an old bull here that breaks up a fight between the youngsters, as he is the dominant one in the group. Again, you can see the difference between male and female, red markings on the male, green on the female, and I also like that they have the horizontal eyes, synonymous with prey animals that live out in the open. As the pack of rhinos are having fun and just relaxing, the Dinosaurs close in on them, knowing that they're at a disadvantage in the trees. The packy sort of kind of orderly panic, and they're like, oh crap, there's 3 of them, let's make a group, while the Nanook circle them and form like a barrier. But the packy rhinos aren't playing around. As long as they don't break formation, they're at an advantage. I honestly love the score that is done with this, because as the blizzard wears on, the Nanooks just sit there and they're like, all right, you guys are gonna get tired and hungry at some point, so we'll just bide our time, which is exactly what they do. They sit down in the blizzard and just surround the pack and wait. When the blizzard is over, the Nanooks get up, and just seeing the snow fall out from their freaking feathers, man, or their down, oh my god, it's so beautiful. I did not believe before the dinosaurs could look so pretty with feathers or down, and the designs for them, honestly, even some of the fan art I've seen people do, are actually delightfully captivating. The packy rhinos get up, but some of them lose their nerve and they panic and they just take off. This leaves some of them open, and an old bull gets cut away or left behind from the herd. He turns around and faces his aggressors. I don't know if this is the same old bull from before, but I can imagine, as far as my story would go, it is the old male who decided to take a stand. He let the others go and was willing to sacrifice himself. I could be wrong, but he dies valiantly fighting. And as these Nanooks are feasting, you could see that the others here, they obviously knew who he was, and they're upset. And that's it for this episode. It was wondrous, glorious. I absolutely loved it. I didn't imagine I'd appreciate each episode that came after more than I did the last, but that's precisely what happened. What is your favorite dinosaur so far? I'm currently writing stories, or at least building my stories for the characters. I'm gonna have POVs on most of the stories for Prehistoric Planet. If you want to see whatever it is I have up there already, go check out Logicolic. All my stories and audio dramas are up there. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer.